I have worked a lot with veterans. And so if I can have a heartfelt conversation with anyone, is I've lost a friend in battle. I have hugged and listened to Gold Star mothers. I have friends who have lost limbs, burned over 98% of their body, and those unseen wounds through mental health and PTSD. If in their darkest days, they can reach out for hope. And I really feel like we're in our darkest days as Americans. And the names on those stones that are etched in those stones, that Gold Star mother that I've hugged and supported, and those veterans, if we need to pull together, not only for them, but for our future, right now is the time. Right now is the time to step forward. But out here at my ranch, I will have a random veteran show up and say, Jenni, I need to talk and I need help. And I've helped them. And then they've started working here and inspired them, that somebody would listen. And I'm going to tell you right now, with these veterans that we're working with, or that I'm working with, or through my company, they are desperate. This economy, this country, the mentality of all of us as Americans right now is heart-wrenching. They fought for something they believed in, and they're not seeing it around them. My dad's a Vietnam veteran. And so to hear those stories of the lack of welcome home, and to see these younger veterans making sure that, and those Vietnam veterans making sure that those coming home now have those celebrations. But a conversation with a Gold Star mother that impacted me and my thoughts on all of this was saying thank you is, yes, so important, but don't let that be empty words. We need to show thank you. How are you, or how are we showing thank you for that service and sacrifice? And I will just, to this day, I will never forget where we were standing when we had that conversation. And then I made sure that my thank yous had meaning behind them. And I wasn't only saying it, but I was showing it and then teaching that to others. A lot of them have never been welcomed home. So I used to host military family appreciation out here at my ranch, where it was free. There's free music, entertainers would come in, free food, all of the activities that we hosted here. And one year we did a surprise parade for the Vietnam veterans. And even though they walked through it, and it was the small things, we had Boy Scouts that made signs, family made signs, and they got that handshake that said, welcome home. I mean, to see that joy and the smile on their face, and even for my own father, I mean, it's life changing. But then I think about those children holding that sign, and then those veterans telling them how important that was. What a priceless lesson right there for our future, for them as they grow up. I see people in their darkest moments running mental health crisis programs. So if that individual or someone can walk in there with positive energy and listening ears and a smile, that they know that they're being heard and listened to, it can transform them. So what if we take that concept where everyone wants to be negative and push back and push their siloed agenda, and we can come out with this positive energy and light and a smile saying, I want to hear you, but let's have a positive, let's look at the other side of that conversation, where we can then, what are we going to do about it? How can we change that and come together?